All right, find the area under the shaded region. Well, they tell us the function, right? Here's the trick on this one. I can find the area under the curve of this rectangle, and then this line here, I can find the area under the curve of that line. And what can I do with those two areas to get this region right here? Subtract them. Does that make sense? So to find the blue thing here, my area will equal the area under the curve from pi over 4 to 3 pi over 4 of y equals 2. Oh, I just got to write down 2. 2 dx minus the area under the curve from pi over 4 to 3 pi over 4 of this function here, cosecant squared of x dx. I think. Is that right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now the only problem is this cosecant thing. It's going to be, we got to jump through some hoops to graph that, right? So let's plug this in the calculator. So first thing I got to do is I've got to graph both lines. So I'm going to say y equals 2. Whoops, I got to clear this out. Y equals 2, and then cosecant is the reciprocal of what?
Sine.
Sine. So I've got to say 1 over sine squared, right? So I got to say 1 divided by, and then in parentheses I'm going to say sine of x, and then I have to square that whole thing. Let's graph it and see what it looks like. That looks about right. Now I'm going to change the window. I probably should make sure I'm in radian mode. I am. So I'm going to change my window now. It looks like x goes from 0 to pi. And then my y value can go from, I don't know, -1 to 3. Okay? So now I'm going to zoom in, and now our graph on the computer or on our calculator will look very similar to the graph on the thing. So before I go any further, does this make sense to you guys, what we're doing? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the area under the curve of the first function, y equals 2. So I'm going to hit second trace, and I'm going to hit option number 7 to find the area under the curve. I'm going to go from pi divided by 4 to 3 times pi divided by 4 and hit enter. And the area of that is actually pi, right? So over here what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that this area, all this stuff right here is pi. Does that make sense? And now what I want to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to find the area under the curve of my second equation. So now that I'm in this thing, if I hit down, see how it changes to y sub 2? So I'm going to do the same lower limit. I'm going to say pi divided by 4. Oops. How did I get that? And hit enter, and then my upper limit is going to be 3 times pi divided by 4. Why do I keep hitting that? All right, and I'm going to hit enter. Boom. And the area under the curve, isn't that weird? It's 2. So I get minus 2. Is C the right answer?
Yeah.
Any questions on that one?